Welcome to the KDrama Coffee Break. I am Jen. I still have music in my ears. There it is. Yeah. Excellent. How? Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay, let's try again. Take two. It's always take two. I'm so sorry, you guys. Welcome to the KDrama Coffee Break. It's so good to see everybody. I have my Americano as usual. I am Jen, and we have Caitlin with us today. Caitlin, how are you today? Yay! Caitlin?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I have
Okay, good. Excellent.
horchata.
Oh, horchata. And we have to do a quick shout out. Today we are smacked exactly, Nora. Happy belated birthday to Caitlin and happy early birthday to Marco. So a big round of applause to two of our favorite K-drama friends. Happy birthdays all around. Iced Americano for Jill as well. I love a good iced Americano. I think that'll be my second Americano of the day for sure. How's everybody doing? How is it going? Caitlin, how is your K-drama life going? What are you enjoying the most these days? Fill us in.
Me?
Yeah, I said Caitlin.
Or everybody?
Just everyone.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just
Sorry.
we're just
We're
just chatting. We're just kind of doing the intro, You know how that works, Caitlin. You've been hanging out with me long enough. Caitlin's like, me? I'm on.
Sorry.
What do you mean? Am I on camera? What's happening?
You're literally like your voice is a little delayed, so literally it missed my name and said everything else, so I didn't know which one it was.
Gotcha. Okay.
Honestly, I'm not really enjoying. Like, I'm not loving. I shouldn't say that. I'm enjoying Tale of Nine Tails.
Okay.
Everything else I'm liking, and I have reasons why.
Yeah.
There's one I'm loving, but because it's like really super mock crazy, and it's not for everybody. But that's pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. How's everybody else feeling out there? Like, I'm kind of like digging stuff, but I'm like not like ravenous for anything on my list at all. Like, I think, yeah, I have to say, if I had to look at my list, I would say My Perfect Stranger might be the one that's bringing me the most joy right now. Maybe. I don't know. What about you guys? What is bringing you the most joy right now? I lied. Take that all the way back. And we will talk about it in the open forum, K-drama open forum. I actually started binge watching Call It Love, and I'm oddly obsessed with it. So I think I'm going to finish it today. I don't know. Who knows? Who am I? This hiatus / strike has just blown my mind. I don't even know who I am anymore. It's just crazy. Ugh. Anyway. All right. What do we got? Caitlin is frozen. Oh, never mind. Same as Jen. All right. So we seem to be having a few technical issues here. So let's just kind of, Calvin's digging Queen of Masks as well.
Yes, Calvin.
Yes,
Calvin. Okay. I have lots to say about that.
Okay, excellent. We got another one. Jill's warming up to Perfect Stranger is a perfect way to put it. Like, I have a lot of quibbles, but I'm really enjoying the world that they're building. Does that make sense? Let's get there. All right, let's do it. Nothing is bringing me joy except reality shows. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that a lot. I'm not watching any reality shows right now, but like, yeah, K-dramas are not bringing me joy right now. And I'm like super ragey about a few of them. I'm still angry about RA Deborah, though I might finish it so we can talk about it next week. Dude, I got the quibble juice flowing for JOSEON Attorney. So let's just dive in, because that one, holy bejesus, y'all. Like, what was that? All right. So we didn't have very much happening this week. It was actually a pretty quiet week overall. But let's just take a quick look at the calendar, and then I think we're going to jump right into the premieres that we've got. So let's take a look at what we've got premiere-wise. We only had YOUNGSHIMI and Starstruck. And yeah, I tried Oh YOUNGSHIMI. And I think I got like 15 minutes into it. And that was as far as I got. Did anybody else want to talk about that? Because I got nothing. And then Caitlin's got Starstruck. And I think I overheard you guys saying it's on IT. Is that correct, Caitlin?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I have it down as Vicky. So let me change that right now. IGE. So maybe that's why I couldn't find it when I went looking for it today. So Caitlin, why don't you jump in and tell us what are your thoughts on is this a great premiere? Is it a good one? Is it something you should all jump on? Or that's not a good face. That is not a you should jump on this face.
I mean, it's not bad. I think so. The overall concept of the show is that it's a friends to lovers thing. So, and unrequited love, really. It's like two best friends. One guy has a crush or has feelings for his friend. The other one, he's like really aloof, just with everything. So I'm not really seeing, like, there's a little pocket of, like, there's one scene where he's really jealous and you can tell he's jealous. But other than that, he's just really aloof. And it's also very short episodes again. It's only like 15-minute episodes.
Okay.
So I'm really like looking for another unintentional love story or Eighth Sense. This is probably not going to be it.
Okay.
I'm probably going to stick with it just because it's short and I don't mind watching them. But I was a little underwhelmed, but again, it's only the first 2 episodes, and there's not, since it's only like a half an hour in total, there's not.
Okay. For both episodes,
with, like, the production quality, there's like, with the production quality, like Eighth Sense was indie and done very well. This just seems low budget.
Gotcha.
The acting itself is pretty good, though.
Yeah. Okay. Caitlin, I think we're having some problems with your internet, so why don't you dump out, reboot, and then jump back in?
Okay.
Okay. Cool. We'll see you right back. And are you watching JOSEON Attorney real quick? Did you finish it? And she officially froze. Okay. All right. So Starstruck, it sounds like it's an iffy one. So we're gonna wait for her to kind of jump back in. Let's just take a look at what our calendar is for the finales that we had this week. So this week we had the romantic star guest house for that one. Let's pull this one out because we're not talking about that anymore. Where am I? Yeah. All right. Oh, Ginny's Kitchen and Peak Time, HH. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at those. So this we had the finales of the romantic guest house, which is this one right here. I know if you guys were watching it. How was it? Was it satisfying? Because I clearly went all in on JOSEON Attorney and I wanted to flip a table by the time it was over. So maybe I need to double back and rewatch Guest House because who knows? I don't know. Let me know, you guys. Happy Merry Ending also finale this week. Steal the Treasure Keeper I never finished. So I didn't get to that one very much. There I am. So I don't really know about that one. I did see something like explaining the ending, so I'm not sure where we went with that. Calvin, thank you. Romantic Guest House was a great finale. I'm glad to hear that. I need to know that. So maybe I will go back and rewatch that one. Queenmaker, Jill, I am actually contemplating binging that one as soon as I finish Call It Love. And Caitlin is back.
Is that better?
Much better. Yes. Okay. At least for right now. But yeah, you were really choppy. And sometimes it's just me and I'm just like not knowing what's happening. But yeah, Marco says you were choppy. It wasn't. Yeah. Queenmaker is so good. Okay, cool. So I think I'm going to jump in on that one because Netflix keeps calling to me to jump on that one. So I'm going to take a look at it. And then we've got the JOSEON Attorney. The JOSEON Attorney finale. God bless y'all. God bless. I feel for these people. I feel for them a lot. They were doing some heavy lifting with a script that went sideways, in my opinion, somewhere along episode 10. Like, I don't know. How did you guys feel about this one? Because it was a hot mess. Hot mess, in my opinion. That finale was rushed. I didn't know what the hell was going on. this is full spoiler, y'all. It's a finale. So I'm just going to dive in right to the very end. Are you telling me that after everything that our boy Kang Han-soo has been through, they let him think she was dead for 3 years, knowing she was living in the adjacent village? What?
I'm so glad I dropped this.
I'm sorry. What? And that's how you wrap up the show? Like, I just, y'all. I mean, listen, by the time we got to the finale, my opening note was literally like, I just don't care. Let's just wrap this up. Let's just be done. So in case you were wondering, I agree, the basic plot was basic and boring. The second I don't know what happened. I don't know if they changed writers. I don't know if the writer just got exhausted writing fun, quippy, witty, lawyering stuff. But all of a sudden they introduced that sister subplot that went like into epic, tragic drama. And you've set up this whole show where he is supposed to be the greatest lawyer in all of Joseon. And yet the one person he can't save is his own sister? What are we talking about, show? What is happening here? I'm very angry. The whole 3 year disappearance was off. They never explained the after effects of her taking poison. And then when he does find her, they're suddenly back together as a couple like that. And I'm like, well then why did she go hide? Like, I don't understand, show. Like, because I guess the poison made her barren, so she no longer could be the princess because she wasn't a viable political pawn anymore. So grandma, the queen dowager, was like, I'm going to declare you dead. Good morning, Amy B. I'm going to declare you dead and send you all, and we're going to have a funeral and you will be dead to the world, but you can live your own life. And she's like, thank you, Grandma. It's everything I've ever wanted. And then she goes and lives by herself for 3 years, hoping that Kang Han-soo is going to miraculously forge a brand new life without her. What? Show, I hate you. I hate you so much. Hate you so much right now. No, made no sense why the sister died, Calvin. Minister Yu is the one who'd been using her for exactly the whole... Oh my God, it was a hot mess, y'all. Oh my God, the protagonist's magic shield of protection it was, and then they had like 15 endings at the end. We had their reunion. Oh, and then did you guys see this? Hold, please. And I don't know if I missed this, because as soon as the credits started rolling, I just dumped out. So I don't know if there was like an extra scene or something. But did you guys see Uduan's Instagram where he showed this? Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got like heart-shaped sparkles. Wait. Oh yeah, clothing. This is after they make out, and they're in bed together. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? When was this? When did this happen? What is happening right now? What show is this? I don't know what show this is, because this is not the show I watched. What is happening? I'm so angry. They are hearts, yes, Marco. It is heart-shaped sparklers.
Wait, so what happened to the minister's son then? Because he obviously wanted to marry the princess too.
Oh yeah. Well, after the sister died, because the minister's son essentially grew up with the sister, because the sister was one of his dad's minions, right? So he was very attached to the sister. So he was heartbroken when the sister died because they couldn't save her. And there were some good moments about how there's 2 different sets of rules and blah, blah, blah. But I was like, we could have done that with someone who was not his sister. We could have proven that point. We really could have done this anyway. I digress. So he ends up also becomes a governor in a different town. Oh yeah, and Kang Han-soo becomes a governor of his hometown, right? Because he takes and then him and the king are like BFFs again. Wait, the king could have saved your sister. What the hell is happening, show? What is happening right now? I don't even understand. So yeah, I was not pleased. I finished it. It ended. But holy bejesus, it was a nightmare. Oh my God, I almost spilled all my water in my lap, and that would have been hilarious. I'll move that over there. Because when I get really fired up, y'all know I get a little bit spastic. Things start flying. My hands are going everywhere. I'm knocking shit over. Did they wake up in a movie theater? I wish they would have woken up in a movie theater, Marco, because then at least I could have believed they all died, because that would have at least, it would have made sense. Oh God, it was a nightmare. Yes. Should you watch the last 3 episodes or no, Gina? It's such a tough call because it took everything I had to get through them because they were just not satisfying. Like, I just don't even know. Like, how did they repair this relationship? He killed his sister. Well, he didn't technically, but he condemned his sister to death. The sister shanked herself in the neck. So, I mean, it was just a mess, y'all. It was just a mess. I would say, Gina, maybe not the last 3. You could probably get all caught up if you just watch the final one just to see how they finished everything up. Right? No one likes the sister anyway. Oh my God, you're hilarious. No, everyone loved the sister, Marco. Everyone loved the sister.
Watch Oasis instead, Jen.
Oh my God. Oh, listen, right? Not only did he kill her, but he made her Hansu read her punishment. I know. Oh God, it was just so brutal. Like, it went, and then the worst part for me, y'all, was that they would go from like these really deep, Hansu just goes on this like drunken tear and he just wants to kill himself because everybody he's loved is gone, and the whole thing, like, super dark, tragic shit. And then they would do something wacky and play wacky music to it. And I'm like, what is happening? This is no longer the wacky comedy that you set up in the beginning, y'all. That boat has sailed. You sunk that boat 3 episodes ago. So you just need to stop. So yeah. JOSEON Attorney. Thanks. It's just sure. All right. All I can say is bring on Bloodhounds because I am ready to see Udawong. I guess did I read it or did I watch it somewhere? That they actually had to they digitally altered his actual muscle mass because he's so ripped right now. When on JOSEON Attorney, when they had to do some of the shirtless scenes, they had to digitally alter it to make him look less fit. And so I say, bring on Bloodhounds. Thank you. We'll go that route. I will just go pure fan service Bloodhounds. Fuck story. Just give me a shirtless boxing Udawong and I'll be happy. Let's go. Let's do it. God, what a fucking mess. Jesus. And for me, I thought it started strong. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of witty banter. Their chemistry was fun. I mean, Bona disappeared for half of the finale, so I don't even know what was going on there. So yeah, exactly. Other than the plot, the cats and the OST was awesome. Like, I really enjoyed all of that. Oh God, it's just exhausting. Awful. All right, y'all. Let's take a look at what is our regular watch list looking like. Let's see what we got out there. The chemistry of Juan and Bona was amazing, right? Their kissing was weird. It was weird. I will say it got better in the finale, but that one on the rocks, I was like, what is happening right now? Who's directing this? Because this looks terrible. It looks like he's like sucking in her face. Like, it's not even like just the lip to lip press. It looked like he was hoovering her face. I was like, this is not attractive at all. It's not. I'm not into this. Anyway. All right, Jill. All right, so let's do it. We got Perfect Strangers. Queen of Masks. Caitlin, we're going to move Queen of Masks to the open forum, and we're going to dive right into, let's do it, Jill. Let us dive right into the Perfect Stranger theories, y'all. Go. All right, my biggest fear/theory is that he is already dead or is in a coma somewhere, and this is all of a flashback. That's my biggest fear/theory. Because he keeps having very vivid memories of being dead on the ice. And we keep getting that flashback, or not even flashback, it would be a flash forward because he currently is only 2022, I think. So he went to the future to find out that he was dead. And he keeps having these moments where he remembers dreams where he remembers being on the ice and dying. That's my biggest theory. Slash. And maybe all this stuff in the past isn't real. And that's my biggest fear. I said this last week, you guys. Like, I'm afraid they're going to pull a full Radiant on us and have it all be a lie. All the fantasy is a lie. Caitlin, I thought it was going to be the brother, but now I'm not sure. Yeah, I know, right?
I'm really behind on this, and I'm not liking it right now. So
Really?
I'm only on episode 4. So,
Why
and
aren't you liking it?
I hate her character. I
What?
hate her so
Why?
much. I also hate the fact there's not been a murder yet, and I'm on episode 4. So I really hope episode 5 and 6 at least have a murder, or I start liking her character, because I absolutely hated episode 2 of her. Like,
What?
hated it.
Okay, I need
just,
more.
like,
I need more detail on this. I adore Jin Ki-ju.
I do too. I love her. I love her. I mean, the thing is, I understand where she's coming from. Like, in episode 1, she had this horrible, like,
Yeah.
fight with her mom. Her mom dies. She
Sure.
thinks it's her fault. Like, I understand why, but she drove me nuts in episode 2, because I'm just like, and I don't understand. And granted, I realize, like, because I watched the stream from last week, so I realize episode 5 and 6, they're gonna start communicating, and I'm just praying
Absolutely,
they
Gina.
actually do, because it really bothers me they're not like telling people stories, and I know that was a quibble of yours last week.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't like okay, so for like episode 2, right? I get it. She gets in it, like, she wakes up before he does or after he does or whatever, walks off, thinks she's like, obviously she doesn't think she time traveled or whatever, but like,
who would? Who would wake up and be like, you know what? I think I'm in 1987.
I know, but it's just like, I wouldn't.
It all seems oddly familiar.
I don't know. I would, as I said in other dramas before, I would like to think I would not act like her character if I had a car accident and now and all of a sudden 1987. Personally,
I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
if I got in a car accident and suddenly woke up in 1987, the mental break that would occur in my head, the you know that gif where it's like, no, that would be me.
I just don't like her just running off. Her not saying anything to him, and then it just makes me so angry that she's like, and I get it. I get why she's trying to break up her parents. I do.
Oh my God. That is one of, I know you don't like it, but I think it's one of my favorite things is how much bickering her and her father do.
It's hilarious.
And it cracks me up. The fact he's always like, why do you hate me? And she's just like, ugh.
I do. I like their banter. It's just, I just don't like how she's like hiding everything. And he also is too, but for some reason I don't find him as annoying as she.
Well, that's because he's your favorite.
But I mean, I like her too, though. I think the thing is, I guess the comparison is like, he's not as crazy as her. Like, she's running around like a chicken with her head cut off, and he's a little more calm and mellow. Whereas she just like, she's a comedic, and I think that's the problem. She's the comedic side of this pairing, and I necessarily don't like the comedy in general, and I think that's the reason why. All
right, let's just call it. You just don't like comedy, Caitlin. I love comedy.
Team up. I want them to team up. I want the crimes to start happening. Like episode 3, I liked more because the guy, like the Minji's, the author's brother.
Oh, yeah.
In end of episode 3, I liked that part. Granted, that was like her in danger and like almost dying, but still, like.
Then I will say stick with it, because they do start to team up in, what episodes are we in? 5 and 6 now?
5 and 6.
Because they did finally, and that's the thing that I will say for this episode, these 2 episodes, they finally get. I think all the cards on the table. I feel like all the cards have been on the table, are on the table now, and they're starting to work together for a common cause, which is nice. Yeah. Exactly. See, Gina, they will. It does get better. They do team up.
And like, so you don't understand. Episode 2, it took me far too long to finish it. Like, I had to keep pausing. I was getting so angry. I vacuumed. I paused and vacuumed. Like, I love her. I love her as an actress. I
wasn't even this angry about the JOSEON Attorney finale.
I don't understand why I don't understand why I don't like her so much. I really don't.
Jill, absolutely. We need to know who the male lead's mom is. Absolutely. Yes. Let's see.
I do have a theory in terms of your dream thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't necessarily think, like, I do have the same question in you in terms of why he's dreaming it, because he's obviously watching himself die.
Mm-hmm.
And as someone who often has those dreams a lot,
Oh God, I'm sorry.
uh, yeah, I don't know why I do, but I do. And I don't wake up. You know how usually you hear where, like, when you're about to die, you wake up? I don't have that happen
Really? Do you
ever.
dream about your in between lives?
No. Well, usually what happens is either it's like two perspectives. One's I'm like, it's his dream where I'm watching me die as like third person. Sometimes it will switch to me actually being in the body of being like killed. So I've actually like been killed as the perspective of
Oh,
somebody.
oh
And
my
yes,
God.
Marco, I do watch myself die or feel myself die in my dreams. And then it switches to a random other dream. I don't know why I don't wake up.
Suddenly I'm dancing in a field
Honestly,
of
no.
flowers. The only one that I vividly remember about me dying, and it's really weird, is I think it was like a third, like a third perspective, like watching it happen. And I was in a spaceship and I slammed into the side of a mountain. Right?
I'm wondering if the and again, I've not seen 5 and 6, so the only dream I've seen so far is when he's trapped under the ice and he sees his face through the ice.
There's at least one more in 5 and 6, and that one is a little bit more
Okay.
personal, if that makes sense. Like the
Okay.
dream in 3 and 4, I felt like was very like, I know that I'm gonna die and I know this is how I die, and this is what I think could have happened, right? It was very
Yeah.
kind of that weird disjointed. But the one
Mhm.
in 5 and 6, I felt thank you, baby. The one in 5 and 6 is much more he was there and is remembering. Is it more of a memory than a concept? Does that make sense?
Well, that's what my thing, because going off of the one I've seen, he was under the water trapped and then saw his own face through the ice. And I
Yeah.
was wondering, because he did travel back, we never really knew if he actually traveled back to the point he died, though, as from what I've seen so far. So my
Right.
thinking was like, it's a dream, but it's him dreaming of him trying to save himself. And then when he
Exactly.
didn't or couldn't, he went back to 1987 to try to prevent the entire thing in the first place.
Okay, maybe I'll take that because, like I said, if this
That's
becomes like Radiant and it's not really a sci-fi, it's just someone trapped in their own brain, I am gonna be so happy.
I don't know if like I guess I guess I did not watch Radiant, so but I mean obviously I was with you in terms of when you were watching it. Did they if remind me in Radiant what it was from the perspective of when they realized it was a dream, it was the perspective of your boy
No,
the
no, no,
entire
no.
time?
It was her. She actually had Alzheimer's. So she was
Right.
believing that she had gone back in time and was this old lady and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
he
I'm
was going
wondering
back and
how
forth
this
into the
is going
cover.
to be a dream when you have uh the female lead involved.
Well, that's my saving grace. I
Yeah.
think I'm just giving myself a lot of room to be disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
giving
that's
myself
like
a
my only quibble. I don't
yeah,
like her character currently because I'm
yeah.
only on episode 4, but I'm hoping it gets better. I want murders to happen. So
Right?
that
Murders. I mean, listen.
it doesn't have enough death for me. As we
My
know, I
God.
love
Oh my God. You're hilarious. Obviously. Caitlin's like, bring on all the change. I want all the destructive change. Do it.
Mhm.
One thing that I will say that I think is hilarious about this show is the amount of butterfly wings that are happening. Oh my God. They're like changing worlds with everything they do. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's like 2022 is gonna be Seoul's gonna be a whole different place. It's gonna be a whole
Yeah.
different place. But yes, I'm actually enjoying it. I did find that once they got on the same page and are working towards a common goal, I am enjoying it quite a bit more.
I
Yeah.
did see a clip that was hilarious, and I want to see your opinion on it because obviously I know for a fact at some point they're going to have a conversation in 5 and 6 where he's going to learn about what she's truly there for. And the only
Right.
clip I saw was they were in a restaurant and her dad, as the young version, finds out that her mom has a date with somebody else, and like their faces, I was laughing. So that was good. Like he was laughing, like he was surprised, and then her behind him, even though she wanted to break him up, I was like, okay, I'm a little more Looking forward to the future episodes.
Yeah, the relationship, while the one between the mom and the daughter is supposed to be sweet and delicious, just lovely and kind and all those good things. The one with the dad just brings me joy because they're just at each other. And I love everyone's like, "Wow, you two look really familiar. Are you?" And they're like, "No, we're not related."
Yeah, I'm really curious how the author got the mom's novel.
Yeah. Coach Aneem is an evil, evil woman, and I am kind of really into it, and I love how juicy she is, right?
One of my theories is she's the big bad.
I'm hoping she's the big bad.
I really hope. I love her as a villain.
Right? They are teeing her up to be the big, big bad, and I'm hoping that either she has minions that have helped her or something, but I need her to stay the big bad and not just be some misunderstood youth.
Right.
That's basically my thought. All right, guys. There's Perfect Stranger. Let's see what else we got on the docket. What do we have? Oh, RA Deborah. Good news on the RA Deborah front, y'all. Good news being what it is. It seems that Amazon and they did issue an apology for that god-awful scene. They also have taken that scene out. So if you're watching it on Amazon, that scene is now gone. So I may end up binging it this week just to kind of finish it because I did love the show so much. I just kind of feel like I want to finish it to see what else happens. But I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. But just FYI on the RA Deborah front, still a train wreck. It's a terrible apology, but at least they apologized. They did something. Oh yeah, what? Yeah. Amy, there was this horrible scene. You can kind of Google it, but it was like this reference of, it was just how it was like beauty and Auschwitz, and it was just bad. It's just like, who does that? What did the apology say? The apology was essentially something about the lines of like, we were sorry to offend. We did not realize the ramifications. Like, shut up. Like, it was just bad. It was just a terrible apology. It's terrible. But they did take it out of, they've cut it from the show. So now if you go and watch it, it will no longer be there. Thank God. Who the fuck thought that was? How did that even get that far? I mean, seriously, I say this. I'm going to pull. As someone who works in television, the number of meetings that I have to go to just to go through that script, to get us from point A to point B to point C, to have it produced, to then have another person look at it, and then have an editor look at it, and then the changes in the script that always are coming through, and the levels of things that have to occur to get something to go to air, at least here in the States, I'm not exactly sure how it works in Korea, is lengthy, y'all. Lengthy. I just don't even understand how that got that far at all. Anyway, moving on. All right. Love Mate, you're going to talk about that in the open forum. Race. Did anybody watch Race? I mean, I don't feel like that was one that we had on our, I don't think anyone was really on that. All right, guys.
I debated starting it,
yeah,
but I never
I saw
did.
that on Twitter.
It's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu? Yeah. Oh, I got that. Yep. I do have it on. Look at that. Look at me. Look at me go, Caitlin. I actually was right on that one. All right, guys. So let's do this. Let's dive into Good Bad Mom. Are you watching Good Bad Mom, Caitlin?
Nope, because I know a lot of people like it, but like the thought of him reverting back to 10-year-old just was not appealing to me. So,
yeah, right. The fact that the U.S. Here's my I don't even.
I mean, honestly, they bought the rights to air it. I don't think they watch the episodes before they put them online, though. Like, do they do that?
I'm not sure what the actual structure of that is. Usually, I think they just trust their people to not be horrible, xenophobic.
Right.
So many issues. I'm not really sure what the process is to get something that's been bought for distribution. I made it to 5 minutes. I love it. Which one are we talking about? I'm confused on what the show is. Wait. I'm not sure what we're talking about. Let's talk about The Good Bad Mother. Let's do it. Listen. Our mother, I mean, I get it. I get that she's trying to tough love her son into health. I get it. I do. But maybe only lasted 5 minutes with Race, Jill. Oh, that's how I felt. That's how I felt with YOUNGSHIMI. I was like, I can't. I just don't have it. Like, the level of crazy. I'm not watching Good Bad. Yeah, as much as I was not looking forward to the 7-year-old thing where that part's not too bad. I actually am enjoying that part. What I'm not enjoying is her. Like, I know that the title is Bad Mom. I get it. Totally get it. But the amount of piling on that we've had to do to this bad mom to keep making her bad, I'm just like, oh my God. So her son and her relationship is shit. He gets in a car accident. He's 7 years old. She gets him home. She's going to nurse him back to health, but he won't eat because when he was growing up, she basically said, don't eat because you can't study. And so she realizes she was a shitty mom. And so they start to forge another relationship. But then she finds out she has stage 4 stomach cancer because, of course. And then to make it worse, then there's a foot, is it foot and mouth? Like it's a hoof and mouth problem. So they basically call her entire pig farm, all of them dead, kills the entire farm. So now she's got this impaired son at home, stage 4 stomach cancer. Her farm is oh, I just see again. I get too excited, knock shit off my face. Her son, and now her pigs are gone. Right? Right? It is an example of great actor saving. Exactly, Jill. Because I'm still sort of invested. Because I'm just like, what the hell is happening?
And wait, Calvin, she tried to drown him in a pond?
Oh, yeah. We're trying to find. So she dumps him off without even telling him. She picks him up from an outing and drops him off at a home to help him rehabilitate because she's dying, right? Doesn't tell him, just drops him off and is like, peace out, mom's going home. He wheels himself home in the rain to find her hanging because she's trying to kill herself. And he goes and lifts her up and stands. So she knows he can stand. So he stands and saves her. And now she knows that she can stand. And so she wants to make sure that he is fully functioning before she dies. So what does she do? Does she take him back to rehab? No, Caitlin. She wheels him to the nearest pond and dumps him into the pond because she's read that water helps with people learning to use their legs. And she doesn't do this just once, Caitlin. They do a montage of it happening like 7 or 8 times.
Oh my God.
And then in the meantime, she's also taking notes while she's watching a YouTube channel of someone who's helping someone in the water because they are a trained professional where they're holding the person who needs to work in the water because it's weightless and that's why it helps, right? But they're holding the person so that they can feel safe in the water. Does she do this? No. We cut to her dumping her son in the water and her just yelling at him to use his legs.
Wow.
So I'm just kind of like...
So is he actually a 7-year-old in like the brain, or is he faking? Because I've seen Twitter like theories where he's faking it and like hiding out in this house because obviously people wanted him dead.
I have not gotten that idea.
Okay.
Jill, right? I mean, it's just one of those things where you're like, listen, show, I have a certain level I have a certain level of it. Like I have a certain level of disbelief I can handle. But at some point you're just like, the piling on of tragedy is one thing. And the level of bad mom is another, right? Right. Thank you, Calvin. Like, I'm not saying water is not an amazing rehabilitatory tool, but maybe not in your random backyard pond with your son fully clothed in a down vest and jeans.
Oh, jeez.
What is happening, show? Right, exactly. I think if he's not faking now, I can definitely see that happening in the future. For sure.
Has the revenge started yet? Like, has he realized? Because I feel like there's going to be a revenge eventually. He's probably going to eventually recover.
The revenge is like this weird subplot that is in motion, but because he's at the farm and 7 is on hold. But mom is starting to realize what's happening because he sent her this weird letter about something, and like I left it with and she basically even she's like, you don't write me letters like this, because he was very like, I love you, mom, I miss you, and all this kind of stuff, right? That was Jill. They're gonna end up being farmers out there. They're gonna end up retiring out there. Yeah, I'm gonna keep watching it, but I mean, we're only at the halfway turn, and they've already piled on so much. The only thing that I'm really, truly, still really into is the romance. I mean, to be honest, like, it's very tragic and it's sad, and he treated her like he just kind of one day decided like, I'm going on a revenge spree. You cannot be a part of it, but didn't tell her, of course. And then she had his kids and didn't tell him.
Do we still not know who the dad is yet?
It's not official. They haven't announced it, but if he's not the dad, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in this show. Like, I mean, we've seen some dumb shit, but if he's some rando from the States is actually the dad, that's just dumb. That's just dumb. So, I mean, listen, right? Exactly, Marco. And so, you know, and then the whole some chick side, I don't like why. I mean, we totally know as an audience. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, if suddenly they announce, no, Bob from Minnesota is the dad, I'll be like, that's just show. Make it stop. Just make it stop. Just stop. So yeah, I mean, listen, the cast is doing an amazing job. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, just sometimes you're just like, oh, good Lord, what is happening? Anyway, so those are my thoughts on Good Bad. Is that anybody? Yeah, why some chick? Why? He's one of the most pointless characters ever. He makes no sense. Why does he exist? He exists only to torture his parents. That's really the only, and he'd be a fine side character, but I don't need to know his entire backstory or what he's trying to do or anything that is specific to some chick. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. It's Mouse as a guy.
Can we just have another Mouse, honestly?
Shut up. No.
Yes.
No. Oh my God. Mouse. Make it stop.
Some people said that it aired last year, right? It was a 2022 drama?
I think it was a 2021. I think it was 2 years ago.
Whatever, like the end of the year, like my favorite drama, there was people who did say Mouse was their favorite.
Oh, when I was in Vermont, one of the kids in my group was watching it and was like, this is one of the greatest dramas I've ever watched. And I'm like, I'm really glad that we can only speak in Korean because I don't even know how to talk to you about this. No way. There's no way. I can't do it.
And I was like, a lot of fun watching it.
Like literally, I was just like, "Mom,
right, Jill? Yes, Mouse feels like it was yesterday.
I think Mouse was like deep in COVID time when we were all still trapped at home.
Let me look it up because I'll look it up.
Oh my God, Christabel, right? Oh my God, I could not deal with I just could not deal with YOUNGSHIMI at all. All right, guys, let's see what else we've got here. Okay, so Dr. Romantic Teacher Kim, season 3. Bum, bum, bum. Who's still watching this? I binged like, what is it, Caleb?
It is March 2021.
Jen for the win on the day.
20 episodes, March 2021. 20 episodes.
I've never seen so much chaos in one show in my life. It was just, I just couldn't take it.
We basically watched it for the live chat.
Oh my God, right?
It was me, Jill, Calvin, and you, like trying to figure out what happened or having fun watching it nonetheless.
Oh my God, right?
Anyway, Dr. Romantic 3.
All right, Dr. Romantic 3. I am watching this on Disney Asia. And so again, our VPN is always very, very handy if you have a Disney account. Our VPN has a link down below. You can get that. It's super handy. I love it. It also saves my computer when I go off grid. Yes, I studied for it by watching the first 2 seasons. Yes. I don't know, Amy. I'm not sure what they're going to do with season 3. It's already on Disney. So what my guess is that it'll eventually end up on Hulu at some point.
Granted, they just announced Hulu and Disney are combining by the end of the year. So I don't know what that will mean in terms of Disney Plus shows, but apparently they want to make it all one app by the end of this year.
Yay. It's just, the whole industry is such a mess. It's such a mess. Oh my God. What am I going to do with the rest of my life, you guys? It's such a mess. You do still need two subscriptions. What do you mean, Marco?
I think that the theory is that they might still be combining, but you might still need a Hulu and a Disney Plus subscription because they're like, I don't know. That's the theory going on. There's multiple theories going on.
I mean, I already have both of them, but if they're going to combine them, why the hell would I? Oh my God, people! How greedy can you be? How greedy do you have to be about this? Oh Christ! I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it. The thing I will say over and 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 over again, I do not need a redemptive arc for Trash Dad. I just don't. The man is trash. I don't need him to be a good guy at all, ever, in the history of ever. Right? I do not like shows that are a star vehicle for every single character. Yeah. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I kind of binged 4 through 6. That's not really a binge, is it? But it's like 3 or 4 episodes in a row. And I really enjoyed it. I found that it's probably one of my, I enjoy the relationship between Kim Sabu and An Hyo Sup. I'm really enjoying that. What's his name? No. Anyway. I'm enjoying that. But I mean, again, it's like an epic disaster every week. I want that surgeon dad to go down so bad, Gina. So bad. But they're now like basically saying things like they're bringing him on because Dr. Kim's hands are going and he needs someone to take his place who's as good as him. And I'm like, that guy? I hate that guy. I hate him. Hate him. Do not give him a redemptive arc. Anyway. So, I mean, it's as I said in like the title of this, it's comfort food. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's just like, all the characters, what's going to happen. Everybody's going to end up okay. It's just that. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for coming into my living room for an hour and 20 minutes, Joe. Like some of these episodes, you're just like, is that necessary? This is not necessary. Too many technical, right? So many scenes, those disaster, and nobody has burnout. I love how they're like, I've been on call and I'm doing it for 22 hours. I'm like, please don't ever operate on me ever. If you're like, I get that that's what happens, but I'm like, no, just do not. No burnout, none. Exactly. But it all happens in an old building. Oh, Amy, in the old building is just the emergency room. We now have the trauma center. The greatest, it's the greatest, most like what am I trying to say, Caitlin? What is the verbiage I'm trying to say? Technology, the best technology ever. Trauma center in the middle of nowhere.
Are we gonna get spinoffs? Only the trauma center?
Right. Who knows? Yeah, right? It's just like,
how are our couples doing? Are they actually intact still?
Here's my biggest quibble about this. The couples are still intact. They're adorable.
Okay.
But every time they go to do couple things, it's always behind a door. You never see them actually kiss. They'll drag each other to behind a door. And then they'll come back out and like fix their clothes. Like they just had a hot makeout session. You're like, are you kidding me? Like just they've all been dating for 3 years. I want it, like, come on.
What about the Kim and Jay's couple?
They're adorable.
Is that the same
thing? Same thing. Okay. She came back after some I don't even know, like a week long or a month long like excursion doing something like, Peace Corps type thing. And he's like so happy to see her. He grabs her hand and they go behind the corner. And then she comes out and she's like, shut up. Hate you, show. Hate you so much. Yeah. And then Jill, that intern, the 3rd-year residence, Dr. Jong, he's a fucking nightmare of a doctor. I wouldn't want him anywhere near me. He's such a little brat about everything. He's like, I want to go home. It's time to go home. Like, I'm going to clock out. Like, I don't want to be here.
Is that the one that has the crush on Kim and Jay's girlfriend?
Yes. That was a great scene. He says, I think it was on Twitter, but he's like, do you know what this boy, I've heard she got a boyfriend like for the last 3 years. I mean, do you know what she looks like? Kim and Jay just looks at him. She goes, me. He looks like me.
I did see that.
Was the best. Yes, I feel like there is probably trouble coming. It's probably trouble brewing. We find out that our boy Kim and Jay might have been a bit of a gangster back in the day. They all come into the hospital.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's fun. Then we did get the cameo of flashbacks from our season 1 couple. So everybody who wanted to make sure they made it in, we did get a flashback from them while they were in the hospital. But yeah, I mean, it's not a lot of heavy lifting. It's not. There's no real story that you're like, oh yes, I need to know what happens. You know what happens. We all know what happens. Anyway, all right, guys, what else do we got going? All right, and we also have Tale of the Nine-Tailed. I finished that this morning. Caitlin, did you watch? Are you watching?
I have not seen this week's episodes. I was trying to get through episode 2 of My Perfect Stranger.
Well, if that would take you 4 hours, that does take a lot of time out of your drama.
I am enjoying it. I like what I've seen. I like the brothers together. I like the whole like the what do you call them? They're like the god friends.
Yes,
thing.
the mountain gods. Yeah. Your girl though, her weird obsession with Eon needs to end because it is becoming uncomfortable for me. Like if the roles were reversed and it was Eon and her, we would all be visibly uncomfortable with the way how aggressive she is if it was a dude. And I'm like, I need her to stop.
I do love though that her character kind of is on the line of good and bad. Like you.
Oh yeah, that I love. Yeah.
Yeah. I also love the fact that like I really like Kim Bum and the mermaid together. I think they're adorable.
I love Kim Bum and I like the idea of the mermaid. I'm not sure the mermaid herself. She hasn't grown on me yet. But I'm willing to allow it.
I would say okay, let me rephrase that. I like how Kim Bum's character is with the mermaid.
Yes.
Because it is very clear that he has never been in this situation before, and he doesn't really know what to do. So like I mean, and so it doesn't really have to be the mermaid as the part of the pair, but I like his interactions with the mermaid.
Yes, I do. I love that
he really. I love the fact like that the scene that and again I haven't seen 7 and 8, so if they have another date in 7 and 8, I haven't seen it. But like when they were out in the horseback in the field, and like and he like randomly just got back on the horse and started walking away, and she's like, what's going on here?
My favorite was like she thought he was going to teach her to ride while they were on it together, and he was like, "All right." And she's like, "Wait, you're teaching me to actually ride?" And he's like, "Yeah. What else did you want?" Like,
I do wish there was more fantasy involved. I mean, for me, there's not enough because I think it's because it's set in a historical setting, and there's a lot of politics going on at the same time. Yeah. I wish there was less politics and more fantasy. I think it's still a good combo, and it's definitely different from season 1. It definitely has made it its own thing. Like it's not. So I'm definitely enjoying this season more than I did season 1 personally. Yeah. But I do wish there was more fantasy. I'm also really curious what season 3 is gonna look like.
Right?
Because I've heard things about season 3 and nothing's confirmed. So like I've heard season 3 might be JOSEON era. I've heard it's going to be future again. Like I've heard both. So I'm really not sure.
My only requirement for any season 3, otherwise I guarantee I will not stick with it. It just will not happen. But if Kim Bum's Irang is not in it, I think he's the reason I'm still watching this show.
I think season 3 is going to be JOSEON era, so he probably will be in it. But then we have to deal with his wig, not Kim Bum.
The wigs are terrible. Can we all just agree on how bad the wigs are?
Honestly, though, I think the wigs look better this season, like in the JOSEON era wig, than it did in season 1. But God, his name is blanking. The main dude with the red hair. What's his name?
Lee Dong-hook?
Yes, thank you. In season 1, I remember his JOSEON wig just being like being bad. Like it drew me away from the story. At least in the few scenes we've gotten in terms of the JOSEON era, his wig with like the white streaks in the front, to me it looks better. And maybe it's just because it's been so sporadic because we're not having a lot of flashbacks. Right. But I thought it looked better than season 1 personally. But
the governor's what we got going on?
The governor's daughter's wig.
Oh, her little pixie cut wig? Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Is that a wig?
All. I don't know if it's a wig.
Because I saw a magazine look where she had that cut. Like she did like a first look shoot or something and she had a pixie cut.
I mean, she's a beautiful woman. Like I just
Yeah.
whoever's styling that is just not
Yeah.
doing her any justice whatsoever.
But
I
anyway,
like the fact that like
overall, I
almost
like
everybody. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
overall I like in season 2 better than I like season 1. Season 1's not bad, but I'm definitely liking this season more.
Oh yeah, Jill. She's going full 1940s hairnet. Yeah, that's that. There's not a hair out of place on that. Not at all. She is like Aquanet girl all over the place. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm enjoying it. I'm not sure I'm really into the story, but I like you said with the fantasy, like I'm really enjoying the fact that almost everybody seems to be a demon in Chosen. Like I'm like, all right, cool. Burn it down. Let's go. Let's do it. And I feel like my big theory is that the 3 mountain gods are going to have to come together, even though the one wants to destroy Eon. Hu Young wants to destroy Eon. I think they're going to have to come together to destroy the big bad Japanese demon.
Right.
That's my thought.
Yeah.
I
also do like the fact that the Japanese also aren't human. Like I like the fact that they have like their own secret weapon demon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah. So I think I just need to get a little deeper into it. We're at the halfway turn. So is it halfway or was it halfway last time?
It's more. I think it's only 12 episodes.
Is it only 12? How many we got?
Is it only 12? I think it's only 12.
It is only 12. Okay, so the halfway point was last week. So yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying it. I'm not loving it, but I am enjoying it for sure. Yeah.
I definitely. It's one that I do look forward to every week.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's one where I'm like, oh, cool, we get a new episode. But it's not like I'm like, oh my god, I need the next episode now. Like, I'm definitely not like that. But
you know what, Jill? I'm not sure. I don't know if that is one or not. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't even know which big bad. I don't even know what his official demon name is. So I feel like we need to know that. All right, you guys, look at us just cranking through the shows today, even with some massive rants. Okay, let's move on to our open forum. Caitlin, what you got for us? You got a couple that you're watching that I think a few people are watching.
So I'll start with the small one and then I'll go into my crazy one. The small one I have is Love Mate. It's a BL. It's an office drama.
Yeah.
The setup is they're producers of like shows, and the one guy has never been in a relationship but is asked to be a producer, or he has been in a, I don't know, it's unclear right now if he's been in a relationship or he's been in a bad relationship, which we'll find out next week.
Okay.
And so at the start, he like, I go on Tinder, I have hookups, I go on one dates, like I'm not looking for a relationship.
Right.
And then he produces these shows are like, I can't remember the name, but it was like Single is the Best or something like that. I'm like, not
Single for life.
Stuff. Yeah, stuff like that. So, and the show that he's trying to get produced and made gets rejected by this newcomer guy who's the complete opposite. Like, love's the best. We need love all the time, blah, blah, blah. And it's revealed very quickly that the new guy has a crush on our other guy.
Of course.
There has been some talk and criticism very early on, that the new guy in the early episodes seemed almost stalkerish.
Okay.
I did not get that. Like, and maybe it's like this is another like short episode, only 8 episode, it ends next week type thing. So it's not, again, not
on Vicky, right?
Yeah, on Vicky. Not a lot of room for a lot of character development, or it's a very fast paced. Like they had sex in like episode 3, so it's like one of those things where like they're just boom, boom, boom. So I think the reason why he seems stalkerish is because just the pacing of the story. I don't really think it's really as bad as it might have been perceived. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I just don't see it. Because, I mean, I do see the other side, though. There were some actions that, like, for example, they were on the bus and the guy who didn't believe in love had his hand on one of those, like, hanging
Right, the
meat
little hanging things, yeah.
and the other guy, the newer guy, had put his hand on his hand in the same way
Oh, yeah.
and wouldn't take it off.
Oh, yeah.
And people had a problem with that, which I understand. I get that. I do. So it's not the best one I've ever seen, but it's very cute. It's an office
Okay.
romance. It's cute. I do love the fact that like we did have like obviously they didn't show everything, but they had sex. So
Nice.
I mean it was
Right?
that we ends next week, so we obviously have the ex coming back next week, which will be interesting. I
Right,
thought once
obviously.
they got together, it's a very healthy relationship. They communicate. They
Nice.
say when they like or
So
dislike something.
so my question is, if he doesn't want a relationship, how did we get from a non-relationship guy into being a relationship guy?
So I think he just especially because they kind of just had sex in episode 3. So it was like one of those
It was really good sex.
yeah, it was pretty much like honestly, I think he kind of discovered that he was against love because he had been hurt in the past and kind of just putting up this humongous wall and not giving himself opportunity to explore that again. And so basically the newcomer opened that up a little bit.
All right. So. All right. So finale's next week.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. All right. So, and then, so do you recommend us all catching up or no?
Yeah. I mean, I think if you can get past what people might perceive as stalkerish moves, I would.
If you're okay with some maybe stalkerish moments,
I think it's up to people's perspective. Like some people on Twitter were saying, yeah. And I'm not saying that I disagree with them because, like, if it was a male doing this to a female, maybe they would have an issue. Like, I do get both sides, but I think that's just up to people's decision and perspective. Okay. Again, it's only like 15-minute episodes, so there's not a lot of room.
Right, they're moving really fast.
Yeah, it's not like Eighth Sense. It's not like Unintentional Love Story where like they have a lot of room for development or anything like that.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
The actors are doing good. So
nice. Okay, cool. All right, I'll maybe think about it. Maybe I don't know. We'll see what it goes. You said Eighth Sense was a better one?
Eighth Sense definitely is a better one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rapid. What, Marco? What is happening? All right, Caitlin. And then what's the other one that you're watching? What's everybody else watching? Let us know in the comments over here what is in your what do you guys got going on?
Listen,
Caitlin's gonna talk about Queen of Masks.
Queen of Masks basically teaches us that all men are pretty much trash. Huh. Except for maybe like one character. So okay, here we go. I can't remember where we left off the last time I was on here, but
just massive makjang. You don't have to give us a full. You don't have to give us a full. Just give us an overview.
I will read you my notes I will read you my notes in terms of like how horrible these men. One man in particular.
Okay.
There's multiple men who've been horrible, but there's one man that which is a like and dislike of the show, because basically the writers have decided this one man is the evil incarnate, and like, like pretty much is just anything. So you have the dead guy, the dead fiance.
Yeah, sure.
We find out so every episode is like flashing back to this one night at this hotel room,
right,
where he ends up dead, and we're still trying to figure out who actually killed him.
Okay.
But basically everything happened in this hotel room.
Sure.
Like,
of course.
Between the murder, we have like her sexual assault happened. So we still were trying to figure out that. We had multiple characters go in for various reasons. So we're trying to piece together the night of that. So this is what we have pieced together so far. One, the woman who was supposed to be his bride, he was blackmailing her because he had filmed them doing bed stuff. So she went in there.
Sexy time.
Yeah. She went in there trying to get those videos back.
Okay.
So she has motive. Then the one husband, which I do actually like them as a couple because he's very remorseful about this, but he's also kind of a jerk for this. But apparently, because this happened like 10 years or something ago, the one husband who used to be working as a host and his wife was an ex-drug addict. He was the one that actually introduced her to drugs and caused her to get on drugs in the first place. I don't think it honestly was intentional.
Oh, Nora, I'm sorry.
I don't think he intentionally targeted her, but that, like, her whole problem started with him, and I don't know if she knows that or not. But I do love them as a couple. They have their issues, but they are. He's like the least worst of these guys. If that's his like only thing he's done wrong. So then we have
the only thing he's done wrong is hook her on drugs. I mean, really, it's a quibble.
So then we have the devil incarnate, right?
Okay.
So we have this devil incarnate who seems to have a relationship with all of these friends somehow, which is why I'm not really liking the writers, because it's like, okay, I understand he's the main bad guy, but like, why does he have to have a relationship with every of these characters? Every one of these characters.
It's K-drama.
So first off, in the present, he is he married the bride whose fiance was dead, who was murdered. She married this guy, right? If he
really was Satan, I would be on this show like white on rice.
I mean, Jill, we still have 8 episodes ago. It could turn out into an ultimate fantasy, and he could be the devil.
He suddenly is Al Pacino sitting in the Devil's Advocate with the weird spiraling, like, what was that picture thing that happened? I love Devil's Advocate so much.
Anyway, so the wife that was supposed to be married to the dead guy, he marries her.
Oh.
And basically just their marriage is not good. It's revealed that another of the friends who went to prison for the dead guy's murder, and she obviously didn't do it. She had to go to the U.S. because she was wanted in Korea. It turns out he married her in the U.S. and they had a kid together. And then he put her in prison in the U.S. and took their baby back to Korea.
Well, he's delightful.
So then it was revealed later that the same guy also essayed our main girl that same night. And it was also revealed that he and the dead guy were somehow either, it's unclear yet, and Calvin, you may be able to give some insight. So there's this whole, remember the last time I was talking about this show, she was trying to buy up this land to figure out the secret organization with the masks. I think they were either wanting to become the dead guy, and this horrible devil incarnate guy was either 10 years ago, either wanted to become members of this club, or one of them were members of this club. So they, for some reason, and it's unclear yet, I don't know if we're going to be involved, but for some reason, our main girl went into the room wanting to figure out if he was having an affair with another one of the friends. She accidentally drank the drug drink that was meant for the girl who went to prison for his murder. So it was revealed that they were actually trying to drug one of the other friends, but she got there first. The dead guy was like, no, she's an attorney. We're not going to sexually assault her. But the devil incarnate did so anyway. And because she was there. Yeah, Calvin, the Angels Club.
Angel, devil.
So then she, like, our main girl, like, slashes him across the chest with a knife and runs out. And so that is all that has been revealed up to this point. So basically all the men are horrible to the point.
Awesome.
We have one guy who's not horrible at all and is actively trying to help our main girl figure all this out.
Okay.
The statute of limitations have run out on the sexual assault, so she can't even prosecute this guy anymore. We still don't know who actually murdered him, because at the very end, she tried to get him, like, so basically she's running for mayor. He, through shenanigans, is also running for mayor as as her opponent. So she tried to expose him. And what absolutely happened is they played a video because he was recording that night. And it showed every one of these women walking into this hotel room, fighting with the dead guy. And then eventually he showed his murder. And it showed that none of the girls, potentially, killed the guy. It definitely wasn't the prison girl. So, and then at the very end, Calvin, at the very end, it was revealed that, so the devil incarnate has always had this relationship with this orphanage, and he's always come off as like a really nice guy, cares about the kids, donating stuff, whatever. In reality, he's using this like masked club in the basement of this orphanage, and the kids are walking around as waiters and waitresses with like video cameras on them, like in pins, and they're videotaping all these people. I'm assuming for blackmail.
Sure, of course.
Yeah. So it's unclear what else is going on other than gambling in this club. It's very apparent they're all rich people.
Right. So I assure you more than gambling is occurring, right?
Yes, Calvin. It also was revealed later that she can still charge him with the sexual assault because he left Korea for a time. So the statute of limitations actually hasn't run out. So that's just like the gist of it. It's just like this writer is just like making this one guy the absolute worst you could possibly. I'm glad the girls are all teaming up now, though. Except for the stupid woman who is his wife.
Oh.
And I get it. It was also revealed she got pregnant by the devil incarnate. So now she's the wife of the devil incarnate and has his child. And the friends all were like, look, your husband is devil incarnate. Here is why. And she's like, no, I'm not going to listen to this because I'm now pregnant with his child. So my husband and father of my future child is not about to be this horrible person. So she's the only it's a regular Mock John type thing. I am thoroughly enjoying it.
Clearly, yes. It sounds like Calvin is too. I'm glad I'm glad it's more satisfying than Pandora. Pandora was just dumb.
But I will say, I think I've come to the conclusion that and I think I had the same problem with Taxi Driver. I've come to the conclusion I do not like when the writers pile on all the crimes onto one character if it's not opened up, because I think it's happening the same with Queen of Masks.
Well, it just becomes Taxi Driver was absurd. It was like every single case they got related back to that's like, come on, that's just dumb. That's just not.
Yeah,
that is not. I don't even think that's mathematically possible. Like of all the people and all the stop it, make it stop. All right, so
overall I'm liking it.
Oh, good, nice. Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds like it's a lot of fun. Okay, Gunghana is watching The Real Has Come with An Jae-hyun and Baek Ji-hee. I'm seeing a lot of people are watching this. Like,
I'm also watching it.
This is a daily though, right? Is that right?
It's a weekender, so it's 50
It's a weekender. Oh, okay, that's what it is.
2 episodes a week, but it's Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah. But it's 50 episodes. So it's 2 episodes Saturday and Sunday, but 50 episodes long. So it lasts a lot longer.
Oh, so it's still kind of like a daily kind of setup, right? It's not like I'm a little hazy on where it falls in the K-drama
daily.
spectrum.
I would say people do consider it more daily. It's a weekender. Like dailies are Monday through Friday, 30-minute episodes, and they're usually Makjan or they're like family dramas. This is a family drama, but it's 2 episodes a weekend. Hour-long episodes, and it's 50 episodes usually. So
that's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. Are you guys enjoying it? I mean, it looks like Gunghana is.
I'm liking it. It's my problem with weekenders is sometimes they can move very slowly for me.
Well, it's 50 episodes. They got a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, but I watch dailies, but those are regular Makjan crime. Everybody's cheating with everybody type thing. Yeah. This is not everybody's cheating with everybody so far.
Okay.
It could turn to that, but I'm liking it. It's fine. I agree with Gunghana.
All right, let's see.
What is the relationship with Yuna and Gong Ho? I have to remember who's Gong Ho, Calvin.
What is
Gong Ho?
As I said earlier, the only other thing I'm really watching is I started watching Call It Love randomly. I'm not sure why, but I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Has anyone watched Young Lady and a Gentleman? Oh, HH, I'm not sure I even know that one. Which one is Young Lady and a Gentleman?
I have not watched Young Lady and Gentleman. Again, it's a weekender. It's
Oh, okay.
very popular. A lot of people loved it. If you're like the typical, like, if the setup is the main woman is a nanny, is hired to be a nanny for a rich guy and his kids,
Oh,
and they start a romance and everything, and he has like a jealous somebody, and whatever. I have always wanted to check it out, but I just haven't actually checked it out yet. But a lot of people loved it when it was airing, and it got a lot of awards when it aired. So
okay, it's on Viki. Okay, cool. So that's good to know.
Is.
Yeah, like I said,
Congo. I love Sorry, Calvin. I love Congo and Je. I'm thinking Yuna and Gangho were ex-lovers, possibly husband and wife, before she went to prison.
Oh,
I don't think they're gonna be anything now presently. The reel is also, yes, Gina, the reel is on Viki, as well as the one we were just talking about, Young Lady and Gentleman. They're both on Viki. But yeah, Calvin, to answer your question, yeah, I think they were lovers, if not husband and wife, but I don't think they're gonna become anything now.
But okay. All right. So that seems to be, that's the open forum. So what do we got coming up? Next week is really light, y'all. So we might be dark next Sunday. I'm not going to lie.
Wait, is it really light? What are you talking about?
Well, this is all I've got for premieres and finales next week.
Hold on. Let me check something.
That's all I got.
I think you're missing. Maybe I'm missing something. Hold on. Let me check my list.
Okay.
Can you go to the next week?
Yeah, for sure. Next week is big. We got Delightfully Deceitful, Rich Bitch, Happiness Battle, Dr. Cha finale. So this got three. We got, so that's a big one. But next week is, or wait, where are we? There we are. We just have the Family and Unbreakable Bond finale. We've got One Day Off premiere, Love Mate finale, and the RA Deborah finale. So I don't know. I'm gonna feel this one out, y'all. It depends on how busy my week is, because I'm not watching really any of these. And damn it, it's just how it is. Jen needs a Sunday off. Who knows? Who knows?
One Day Off is coming to Viki.
Oh, it is? Okay, great.
It is.
I will change that. Excellent. Oh, and if you guys do have the calendar, I am working on doing this so you can find all the episodes if you want to see all that stuff. Anyway, I'll show you guys later. Anyway, so there it is. That's what we got coming up. That was this week. This is next week. And then let's see. Do we want to take a look at what do we got in June? In June, currently, I know
the vampire show is the end of June. That's your one with you're talking about the one with Taecyeon? I think that's like the 25th of June or something like that.
That one is my heart is beating is the 26th right here.
Yeah.
We don't have a place for it too.
I need to make a rant. Dr. Cha is a makjan. This is supposed to be about a woman chasing her dream, but the show is focusing on a slime ball. I've heard that. I've heard that a lot of people don't like the fact it's concentrating more on the affair than her getting away from the marriage or doing what's right for her in the long run.
Boo. See, this is why I am waiting for it to finish before I dive in. I want to hear, because I'm hearing like some things happening where I'm like, I'm not sure this is the show for me. So I'm waiting to hear how it ends. So, and then this is June, what I've got so far for June. This is our Bloodhounds, y'all. This is the one. So February, Friday, the 9th of June. It's going to be a party. It's going to be great. Also, if you guys, with that calendar, if you are one of our Ko-fi supporters, A, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And you get that calendar. And B, we also are doing a Legends of the Blue Sea rewatch every Friday at 4 o'clock. It's been a lot of fun. We are through episode 4. It really holds up, y'all. It really holds up. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I am. So if you guys want to join us, I'll be sending out a notice on that as well this week. So I think that's it. Anything final thoughts, Caitlin?
No. I'm looking forward to some shows in June as well. Except like Mrs. Durian, I'm very intrigued by that one.
Mrs. Durian, which one is that?
It was one that was rumored for June, and then they just released the first trailer, and it's really kind of unclear of what it is because the first half was like your regular Chaebol family kind of have their own political stuff, and then all of a sudden it went back to the Joseon era.
Oh,
so I'm really unclear if it's like fantasy or if it's like two like lifetimes of the same family. I'm not really sure, so I'm intrigued by that.
Okay, I like that. I like that shit. Yeah, Gina, we were into the Blue Legend. We were into it. Gina was hanging out with us. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, and then we've also got See You in My 19th Life, which I'm really excited about. That's the one.
I'm excited for that one too.
So,
I hear he lost a ton of weight for that.
Ton of weight. And can I just yell, my love for Shinhei-san. Is she fucking with her face? Like the trailer is kind of weirding me out.
I feel like the hair color.
Is that what it is? I'm really hoping it's just the hair color because
I feel like it's the hair color.
I keep doing like side by sides, being like, no. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. With just.
I feel like it's the hair color because I remember seeing the first trailer and I'm like, is that her?
Yeah.
But then when they did close-ups, I was like, oh yeah, it's her. But
okay,
I feel like it's the hair color.
Okay, I'm gonna stick with that, Caitlin, because I was really bummed out because that's my she's practically my Astro twin. I love her. Love her so much. All right, you guys. I know, Gina, she's already pretty. Leave your face alone. We love you as is. So yeah. All right, you guys. Well, have a great week. Maybe we'll see you next week. Maybe we won't. I'll keep you guys posted for sure on Twitter and all the usual socials. But then we'll be back to kind of get caught up and get ready for June, right? Excellent. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you are here and hanging out with us and you're on the replay or here on the live, give us a like and just kind of let YouTube know that you kind of enjoy hanging out with us on Sundays. We really appreciate it. And follow and subscribe. We really, really would dig it. We'd love to hit that 5,000 number. Like it's just become a goal. Like I'm becoming rabid about this goal. So yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, we appreciate it. If you're listening on the podcast, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And until next week, we will see you then. Bye.